Karen Weaver joins me now from New York City. She is the former mayor of Flint, Michigan, and a surrogate for the Bloomberg campaign. Karen, welcome. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Our CBS News poll shows that only 25% of Democratic debate viewers were impressed by Michael Bloomberg's performance last night, and that is the second lowest for any of the candidates. Does that concern the campaign?
Well, you know what? Yesterday we were actually pleased with how he did with the debate yesterday, because he got an opportunity, and it wasn't enough of an opportunity, but he was at least able to start getting his platform out there. You know, one of the things that didn't happen before was people didn't get to hear what he's doing and what he wants to do for the country, and I think that was something that was they tried to do that again yesterday by shutting him down and not letting him get his message out. But I think he handled it. He was very focused. He was determined. And he stayed calm throughout it. And one of the other things I'd like to say is I think he'll show people that he'll get better as time goes on. You know, we were talking about this, and I remember Obama's first debate. People thought, oh my goodness, but he got better and stronger and more focused and was able to get that message out. And I think that's what people will see with Michael Bloomberg as well.
There isn't a lot of time left, though, as we're narrowing into South Carolina and Super Tuesday.
Right, Super Tuesday.
So, you know, I do want to ask you, though, about the time that Bloomberg spent attacking the Democratic frontrunner, Senator Bernie Sanders. He attacked him for his perceived electability. But that same CBS News poll that I quoted earlier says Sanders actually made the best case out of any candidate to beat President Trump, according to the viewers who were polled. And Bloomberg finished fourth in that poll. So does that indicate that perhaps he needs to change his strategy if voters are not convinced that he's the best person to beat the president?
Well, you know what? I know there's a town hall tonight, so there's another opportunity for people to see him in a different light. And I think that's what needs to happen. And that's what he's been really focused on. He's been out there, he's been hitting the ground, and he's been in front of groups so people can hear what he's about. Because he's got a great record. He has a record like none of the other candidates have, and that's what people need to know. You know, that's one of the things, you know, I wish somebody had polled me and asked me, but I wasn't included in that. I wasn't included there. But that's what's been missing, and he's been really focused. And just like us, the surrogates, we're really out there beating the pavement because we want people to know what he is about. And we're talking about everyday issues that impact us, and some of the debate did not let that opportunity happen, and I think that's sad.
So, Karen, Senator Elizabeth Warren also sharply criticized Bloomberg in last night's debate, as she had in the previous debate. She hit him hard for being a billionaire and donating to Republicans. So let's listen to what she said, and then I'll ask you about it.
Okay.
I don't care how much money Mayor Bloomberg has. The core of the Democratic Party will never trust him. He has not earned their trust. I will. And the fact that he cannot earn the trust of the core of the Democratic Party means he is the riskiest candidate standing on this stage.
All right, Senator. So let's ask about that issue of trust that Senator Warren brings up. How will Bloomberg get the core of the party to trust him when he has donated to a number of Republicans in the past? And one of those Republicans that Bloomberg has donated in the past was former Republican Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, in fact. So
exactly.
Can you speak to that?
You know what? That's interesting. Somebody else asked me about that. What did I think about that? And I said, well, you know what? One thing I have to say is you don't dislike a person because they're Democrat or Republican. You dislike them based on what they do or what they don't do. You know, do they keep their promises? Do they fulfill what they said they were going to fulfill? So I think, you know, I told them, I said, well, I think when he supported Snyder, I don't believe he thought there's going to be a takeover of the city of Flint and other urban communities all across the state of Michigan. I don't think he thought that our community, our city, was going to be poisoned by our government. But I will have to say, when these things happened, he didn't say, oh, I supported Governor Snyder in the past, so therefore I can't step up and help Flint. He did the total opposite. He reached out to us. He came and helped Flint when he saw we were in need. So that didn't stop him. He saw something something wrong had taken place in the city of Flint. He saw that we needed help. He saw that our story was bigger than just Flint, because we have become a poster child for so many other cities and municipalities all across this country, whether we're talking about access to clean water, whether we're talking about an aging infrastructure. And he said, I have an opportunity to help and make a difference and have some big impact. And so that's how you start building trust, is by your actions.
But I wonder, as you pointed out, that, you know, it doesn't matter whether a candidate is a Democrat or Republican if they're actually obviously, you know, serving the community. But a University of Michigan report found Snyder was partly to blame for his role in the Flint water crisis in your city.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
And
you don't have to remind me. And
I
that's
know.
what
I know you're
yeah,
fully,
you don't have to,
fully aware of that. You're fully aware. It's just to sort of, you know, let our viewers in on the details.
Okay.
But also, should that give voters pause about Bloomberg's judgment?
Well, you know what? That was a mistake to me. But what I'm saying is, I like that he did not let it stop him from doing the right thing after it happened. You know, he said, I supported this person. Some other people might have said, I supported Governor Snyder, I better stay out of it and not get involved. But he did not let that stop him. He got involved, and he said, I'm here to help Flint and make sure this is a national story, and people need to learn from Flint, and you all need access to resources and information. And so I have to appreciate that. He didn't run away from it,
right.
And he's never run away from it. And that's what you're looking for in a leader, someone that can say, I did something, I see maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. How can I address it? How can I help it? How can I make it better and move on? Right. And that's what we need.
Accountability, right. All right.
Exactly.
So let's talk about next week, when Bloomberg will have his name on the ballot for the first time. He has focused heavily on those southern states that will be competing, such as Texas and North Carolina. Why does the campaign believe that specifically that area of the country is strongest for him, and does it point to a general election strategy?
Well, you know what, first let me say, we're looking forward to Super Tuesday. We're excited about Super Tuesday, and we've really been working hard for this day. And not just this day, but past this day as well. But we've put an infrastructure in place where we have boots on the ground, and we've been out there and talking with people, and we've been getting really good feedback in those areas. And so, you know, we've been, whether it's going door to door, whether it's been phone banking, all of those kinds of things, we've been out there for Super Tuesday, and we're doing really well in some of those places, and that's what we want people to see, and that's what we want the country to see. And so that's why I'm saying we've built an infrastructure not just for Super Tuesday, but actually for November. And I think if people see that we're doing well in those places, that's going to help. When you were talking about building trust and people getting on board, everybody's holding their breath and waiting to see what happens with Super Tuesday and who drops out after that. And we think we'll still be there.
And so, Karen, can I just ask you really quickly, if Bloomberg is not the Democratic nominee, and let's say Senator Warren or Senator Sanders, you know, two candidates who have not been, let's say, warm and fuzzy with Bloomberg, do you think, one, he will honor his promise to fund their campaigns against President Trump, and two, do you think they'll take his money?
I believe, yes, he will honor his promise, because that's one of the things we've said is we need to unite, and we need to get behind whoever the Democratic nominee is, because we want to defeat Trump. You know, that is the goal. And we want change. We want somebody else at the top and running the White House. Now, of course, I want Michael Bloomberg. But yes, he is going to leave his money there. Bernie Sanders has said that he wouldn't take it. I don't know. It's there, and if we need it, it's there. And we should have the common goal of winning. All right. Well, Karen Weaver, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Okay, thank you.